Hey out there, I like to communicate with you guys, and if you're willing to listen, that's great. Now, I'm going to call this video I Want It That Way Frustrations. Now, if you watch my videos, sometimes I like to talk about how sometimes it's challenging trying to pick out harmonies to songs because you got music in the way, and sometimes the way they mix it is hard to pick out, or the way they mix it, they make the harmonies quiet, like tearing up my heart. I have no idea how or when I'll be able to pick that out because my resources are limited with that. The harmonies are super quiet, but I really want to figure it out. It's a hot song. Everybody knows it. It's a favorite. I mean, it's a song I like, and the harmonies are really hard to pick out. Now, I'm going to show you some things and explain my frustrations with I Want It That Way. Now, I did a video. It's one of my first ones I did because that's like the most well-known song of theirs, and I very much used live performances to pick out what they are doing. So that video is very much how they would perform it for the most part during the height of that song, 1999. So I ended up finding this dude on YouTube, and he had I don't know what he did, because I had been trying to throw the songs into Audacity, fiddling around with everything I can, trying to get everything I can out of these vocals and out of the edits I made. This guy had made these interesting edits where the harmonies were a little more prominent. Basically eliminated the lead, and I'm not sure how he did that, but they were pretty beneficial to me. And there's a few songs that he gave to me. Well, he gave me a link to download these tracks, and yeah, interesting. And I've been listening out for them. And I'm gonna show you a clip in a minute to explain my frustration. So many times I'm like, okay, I'm listening out to some of my old videos, and then I'm like, it'd probably be a good idea to go back and study some more, because I feel like my ears and skills, I guess, have been refined a little bit. I have a little more access to resources that I didn't have back then, and sometimes I end up figuring things out that I didn't back then. And so yeah. And this isn't the only song that has been frustrating to me. Okay, so I'm going to show you a clip of a concert or performance in front of a concert crowd, and it seems like there's been some production after its video release. Someone decided to throw in the vocal track over top of the live performance. I completely doubt that it was there during concert. Maybe that night, Backstreet Boys. Listen, sometimes artists, if they've been singing a long time, sometimes their voices are worn, and it doesn't sound, they don't sound, I guess, as top notch as they could. Like, people are human, right? Sometimes your voice gets a little worn, and you don't sound as amazing as if you were just doing it, doing the one song. Especially on It That Way, they often perform it last or later. So maybe that's why they did it. I'm going to show you this clip, and you can totally tell they threw the vocal track over top. The vocal track from the actual I Want It That Way song. So I'm like, oh man, I need to do my best to download this and try to isolate the vocals or something, do whatever I can. How great would it be to have that piece of vocals? Okay, let's listen to it, and oh please, no copyright. Copyright is so annoying. Okay, it's just a tiny clip. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the chorus, and you can hear the vocals over top. This, and throughout videos of this concert, it was during their New Kids on the Block New Kids on the Block concert, then KOT BSB thing back in, what is it, 2011, 2012. I believe this was in 2012. They have other performances where it's clear that they threw the track over top. Again, I don't think they actually performed it like that. I think after and in editing or whatever, they just threw it over top. I don't know, trying to make them sound better. Which anyway, I'm gonna show you those. I'm gonna show you the clip of that one that way. But yeah, other songs they did that too, and I downloaded them, and I'm gonna see what I can do with them. Yeah, so let's show it to you now. See, it's like embarrassingly loud. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, whoever the post-production person was. Clearly, that is from the track. You hear the crisp studio, professionally mixed vocals over top. Sounds like how the track is, okay? So I'm trying my best to listen out for it. I know what is not in the original track. Like, if you watch my original video, the way they perform it now is not the way they performed it then, okay? We know, for a fact, Howie is doing high melody. Ain't nothing but a heartache. So, in the new performances, he does like a double high. Kevin isn't there. If anything is low, that means nobody's singing that. It's in the track. And this is one of the problems I'm having. So, it's almost like I have to filter out what I know is fake, which is Howie. So, ain't nothing but a... He does something like, ain't nothing but a heartache, ain't nothing but a mistake. There's no stake, okay? There's mistake. Kevin's not there, so there is nothing lower than the melody, okay? So everything that's higher, it's like you gotta filter it out. Here, I'll show you some of the edits that I tried. I tried my best to try to get rid of them. I spent hours yesterday. I'm like, oh, please. I just want to get rid of the live vocals. I don't need that. Okay, so let's show them to you. Then I'll show you a clip later. Yep, see, and I've been unable to fully get rid of them, which is impossible, but I was really hoping that one way or another I can make it pretty good. I guess I could try some more, which would probably take hours and hours and hours, because you can fiddle around with the dials or sliders or whatever to have a different outcome when you're putting the settings. But yeah, long hours trying to extract or isolate those dang vocals, trying to get rid of the performance vocals, which I don't care about. And yeah, so I'm telling you, man, that's from the track. You can clearly hear the high Howie vocals. Let us listen. It's kind of hard to hear. What they did with the song is they kind of like, I almost want to say compressed it with the vocals to make it more of an ambiance sounding, so it's not super prominent. To have the ain't nothing but a... They obviously didn't want it really loud. The melody is a lot louder. Usually that's how it goes in songs. Sometimes I wish they didn't do that as much. Like, try to make the harmonies more loud. What's wrong with that? I mean, if it's a harmony group, come on, what's wrong with that? Or maybe I'm just saying that because I'm the guy who's always trying to pick out harmonies to every song that he hears. Sometimes it's a problem. Okay, so You know what's interesting is that I've been trying to figure out, and some of you guys had asked me to do it, and I will eventually, and I think I'm doing pretty well with that section. Is that ain't nothing but a heartache, ain't nothing but a mistake. I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. That part has in the performance. They also threw the track in. You guys want to hear it? Fine, I'll show it to you. Yeah, hear that? You know what's weird? Even in my other edits, I hear like this weird high note at the heartache. It's like, eek! I'm like, wait a second, wait a second. So this is not the first time, okay? Do me a favor, anyone who's actually listening to this. If you are, thanks. If you ever find a performance where it sounds like someone slapped on the actual track over top, or anything of the sort, hit me up, send me it. Those will be beneficial. I've come across performances where that kind of thing happened, and they were beneficial. I was able to do a little something to hear the vocals better, which oftentimes could be interesting. So if you ever find something like this, send it my way. It would be much appreciated. Some of you guys like to send things my way, and I very much appreciate it. Okay, so one of the biggest things I'm frustrated with is Kevin's harmony, okay? It has confused me. Live performances, a lot of live performances, especially this one performance I found where he was super loud and it was like a light bulb going off. That's what he's doing. Ain't nothing but a heartache. But as I did in the last video, you just cannot hear anything of the sort. The ain't nothing but a, ain't nothing, ain't. It's just, you play it over and over again and you don't hear it at all. And even in this whole thing that I found, this performance thing, you don't hear that type of vocal. So, and I hear over and over again the beginning piece. It sounds like what I had, I guess, sort of figured out, and I would try telling you guys, is that it sounds like Kevin is doing the melody along with everyone else. Ain't nothing but a heartache, something like that, right? Because you don't really hear anything low there. But then, at the end, the music stops, and I'm like, oh, wait a second. And what sucks is that, like, I don't hear any of that in my other edits, and I have, like, dozens of them. Because I spent hours trying to mess around with them. Maybe I'll show some of them to you during this video. Yeah, so, let me show it to you. And let me show you what confused me, okay? Let's check this out, okay? Open your ears, throw on your headphones. Let's listen. Ain't nothing but a heartache, ain't nothing but a mistake. Here we go. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Let's do it again. Let's do it again. I put up the pitch. See, did you hear that? Did you hear that? But it's like I don't hear that anywhere else. Like I made all these edits and then didn't hear it at all. Okay. So, this is gonna have me sitting, trying to listen to this over and over and over again. I can kind of hear what it's doing, which is interesting. It almost sounds like he's going, "Ain't nothing," which I had, remember in the last video where I touched on I Want It That Way, and it's like there's something that's like kind of like a straight, which could make up for a lower harmony. I said it was music because I'm not wrong. The music does do that. But in the beginning, like the vocals were pretty clear. Like it sounded pretty loud. Like the beginning was pretty loud, and you don't hear any sort of lowness. However, music was present, and this harmony seems to be very quiet, which is frustrating. Why are you making it so quiet? You're making it hard for me. Let's listen out.
Ain't nothing but a heartache. Ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why you say I want it that way.
Yeah, so I don't really hear anything there, but again, music is present. The vocal is quite quiet. Why did they do that? Who knows? Larger Than Life is the same way, except I can actually hear it. You can hear like Kevin super quiet, like, "Oh you people, oh you people." If you listen out, there's sections where you hear him like, "People can't you see?" And that the makes that part's the loudest. Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, so I'm going to be listening out for that. Let's listen to some of the edits that I've made. First, I'm going to show you the edits I tried to make of that concert. Let's see what we get.
Ain't nothing but a heartache. Ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why.
At the same time, it's almost like it concludes some of the theories I had from some of the edits. It almost sounded like there was a... It sounds like he drops down. Ain't nothing but a... Ain't but a... Like a but vocal. It sounds like he drops down. Something like that. That piece there that I heard, which it's gotta be the vocals from the track that was thrown over top. You hear a lowness when the music stops. Everything else, I have music. But at the same time, they have someone singing and there's a crowd. I'm gonna show you the thing that the guy gave me, and then I'm gonna show you something else. So please stay tuned.
Ain't nothing but a heartache. Ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why. You say I want it that way.
That was beautiful. The harmonies were clear. It's a beautiful edit. The leads were removed. The harmonies are pretty loud, but at the same time, there is music. Thank you very much to the person who gave me the link to those. There's a few of them, and they have been beneficial, and I'm going to be studying the heck out of them because they are better than the actual track because the vocals have been brought out. Okay, so when I first heard those lowness, I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And I'm like, maybe somebody's screwing around, like AJ screwing around. But then watch this, okay? So I go back to see if the guys are singing. The microphones are down during this part. Watch this.
Ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why. Oh, you say. Here we go. I want it that way.
See, look at that. The microphones are down. kind of embarrassing. Why'd you throw that over top? Nobody's singing, only Howie's singing, and we know everything he's singing is a bunch of fake new stuff that he decided to do, because I guess it's too tiring to do high falsetto voices the whole song. Imagine, ain't nothing but a heartache, and then it gets even higher. Ain't nothing but a heartache, I want it that way. And he has to do that the whole way through. Hear you say, and he does. If you listen to live performances in '99, yeah, he's doing it the whole way through. Maybe that gets tiring. It probably does, but he's doing that in the actual song. You can hear the high falsettos. So I have a lot of work to do. I'm gonna try to piece this out. It sounds like ain't nothing but a heartache, ain't nothing but a minute. I don't know. He drops down at a part, so I'm going to listen to this. And since the last time I touched on I Want It That Way, I also pieced something out. I'm going to make another video where I try to make more conclusions about some of the changes that I've heard. Again, guys, if you're listening to this and you're like, oh man, so it's not the way it's performed, every time I've made a video and there was something that I had to tweak is always minor. Like the structure of the harmony set, all of it is basically like that. Oftentimes, especially my old videos, I would go back and I would very much listen to live performances, and even at that, for the most part, it is that. One of the things that is the most different is I Want It That Way with Howie's new harmony, the high harmony, and Drowning. Drowning, Howie doesn't do what he does now at the end. He does like a double high when that wasn't there. And Drowning was a real tricky one. I did the best with what I could. It really sounded like there was... sounded like to me that there was more than meets the ear. Definitely like to take you in, when the take was like what I like to call a perfect four. It was opening of harmony thrown in there, which was cool. So here are my frustrations with I Want It That Way. If you listen to this, man, I'm really thankful that you did. I Want It That Way is a popular song. It's one of my favorite songs to this day, and it was like my first favorite song that I ever heard on the radio as a little kid. If you're listening, could you do me a favor? Like the video, and it's not for my gratification, like, oh wow, please guys like it. It's not like that. Like the video, so to give me a good idea of how many people actually listened to the video and appreciated what I'm trying to discuss with you guys, because I'm trying to talk to you guys on my frustrations with songs. This is not the only song that I've been frustrated with. Shaping My Heart's been one that has been hugely frustrating. If you've been paying attention to my channel, someone who's a recent subscriber, I believe, had asked me, hey, can you do Shaping My Heart? Man, I've done Shaping My Heart like twice, and I again have to go back and dissect something. I'm more sure now than it was then, or well, I mean, I thought I was sure. That song's a hard one. And if you watch the last video where I touched on Shaping My Heart, listen to my test and me talking about it, and listen to that little acapella piece that they did. That was a huge revelation to me. Before, I had listened to that and I'm like, yeah, that's weird. That doesn't sound like how it should. But now that I listen to that, listen to all the live performances and listen to the track, it makes a lot more sense. Okay, so this video is pretty long now. Thank you for watching. Remember, please like or give me a shout out in the comments on if you guys actually checked this out, and whatever. Do what you want. So yeah, this is just something that I want to communicate with you guys about. Peace and love and ice cream cake. God bless. Have a beautiful day. That way. Tell me why it ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why it ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it